Niall McGrath reporting for offtheball.com. In a sweltering hot London, England, ahead of BAMMA Fight Night World Cup. Northern Ireland's Rhys McKee defends his £155, which is lightweight world title, against Terry Brazier in the York Hall. Ahead of the fight, Rhys has asked Off the Ball to come in, sit in on his weight cut, and he's going to show us through the whole process and see how he gets down to £155. Rhys, how are you feeling? First part of the cut done?
Good man, good. His first session done, so well on track, and yeah, we're just getting started, but feeling good so far.
So 55, obviously, you were 11 off and you weighed yourself there earlier on. How much do you think you cut there? You spent the last 20 minutes in the sauna?
Yeah, it's hard to know. I never like to throw a number, you know, a couple of pounds off anyway, so. But we're still every few sessions to go here, so we'll not call a number just yet.
What goes through your mind, Rhys, when a situation like this, when you're cutting weight? What's the first thing that you think of?
It's near over, man. The bigger picture is close. 9 o'clock tomorrow we weigh in, so there's no point getting mopey about it and being crowded because it's near over, and we signed up for it.
Do you regret it ever?
Never, man, never. The bigger picture is too big.
Is this, a lot of fighters would say this is the first battle before fight. Is that very much the case?
Oh yeah, certainly. It's like once you step down scales, it's the first victory, and then it's the fight. But it's an important part of it, and that's what it is. It's important.
Norman, can you describe what you're doing there to Rhys?
Just scraping away the beads of sweat, letting the fresh sweat come through. This is a trick I should have done a few times ago. Maybe I would have made weight. We'll make sure you don't miss weight anyway.
All good, champion.
All good, man. Everyone's a bit harder, but we get there. We get it done.
10 more minutes, and then we have a look.
We get it done. Champs.
Normally, just putting water over Rhys's head. What's the purpose of that?
It's just to keep his head cool, because that's it. That's it. Why people do hot baths. Some people like to do hot baths. Some people don't. I like to do the hot bath because, your head's outside, your body's inside, you're submerged. You can just let all the water come out through the rest of the body, and then the head you can put some ice on the head. Kind of trick your mind into you're cold, and it heats up and sweats. So, and plus it's a good feeling, stuck in the sauna. You're basically cooking up in the sauna, This is the final training session, right? As Dominic Cruz always says, making weight is the final training session.
Is it though? Is that really the last battle?
If you think about it, because making weight, cutting all that water out of your body, that's tough. It's people don't really see what's going on there. It's tough. You ask any fighter fighting at a decent level, some boys cut minimum 10 pound, that's healthy. Some boys go to 15, 16 pound, and that's tough. It's you think that's 7 litres of water out of your body. That's almost over 10% of your body just gone. All fluid, what you need.
What's that time like? Time to go back?
Yeah, it's time to go back. 10 minutes back.
10 minutes will do?
Yeah, 10 minutes just.
Do you want me going?
Oh, sorry, man.
Sure. Why are you going?
I want to keep doing this. I'll make 170 by the night, I'm telling you. I'm 182, did you say? 182, I'm going to make 170. Maybe not by the time we're finished here, but when I get back home.
So Ryan, what's the plan now, Ryan?
So we're going to put Rhys in for his final 10 minutes, and then when he comes out we're going to scrape him off, let him cool down a little bit, weigh him, see how far he is off, and then as soon as we get an idea of how far he is off, we'll gauge from there the plan of action. He should be about maybe 3 or 4 pounds off, so as soon as we get that sorted we'll be good to go for tomorrow.
So normally you're going to stay in for an extra
5 minutes, then that'll be 55 minutes inside sauna, not one go, in and out. And I think he should lose about 5 to 6 pounds, easy. But easy 5 to 6 pounds. And then he can go back, maybe take a wee sip some juice, and then go to sleep. Wake up, maybe lose another pound or so, then have about 4 pound to go, 3 pound.
Rhys, you're feeling good, obviously.
Yeah.
You want to go back in for more?
Skeletor's starting to come.
I have the 5 minutes in me, so might as well keep pushing when the energy's good and see what we got off. But yeah, feeling good, man. Good spirits, and the team's happy, so I'm happy.
Is that half the battle, the mental side?
Oh, but more than half. More than half the battle. That's the mindset that I've transferred over to the fight. If I was to break now, how can you not expect me to break the fight? all about an umbrella mindset. Every time.
Good work. What number, Norm? What number do you think that is now?
I don't want to hear it.
66, wasn't it?
I'm 166.
160, I think it'll be.
I think 159.
Yeah, they're below
159.
I overshoot. I'll go 163 and then I'll make myself happy.
Mentally, anything left to that, there's good.
You obviously want a few pounds to cut out as well with tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd like to be about 160.
That's good.
Yeah, 160 would be good. Because you have to remember, I'll sleep off about a pint and a half, and I'll sleep well tonight because I'm not like completely dehydrated. So anything less, I'll probably have a wee drink, just something small.
I was just speaking with Ryan there. He said, that's the best way to do it. Keep your body, dehydrated for as short a time as possible, and that's obviously the way to do it.
Yeah, even going to sleep 100% dehydrated is dangerous. So yeah, we're doing it right. We're doing it smart, and it leads to a healthy fighter.
Yeah, be the champ, stay the champ.
What's the definition
Razor.
of sacrifice?
Razor is gone.
Giving up something good for something better.
Yeah.
The support system as well, teammate being around, very, very important, in times like this. You can see the camaraderie there between yourself and Rhys.
And Ryan, yeah. He's there too. He's a stopwatch guy. But no, I definitely need some people like Alicia's been in there. I know what it's like when you're in there on your own, just sitting there, right? But then you get someone who's like maybe scraping the body, scraping the fresh sweat coming away, like scrape the beads out, more water coming out. You can't do that yourself whenever maybe after like 1 hour in, you can feel it's like taxing. So somebody did it on you, man. That's like takes a lot of stress away from the mind, and then like pour some cold water on the head, like cool the brain down. And it's like just reassures you like you're.
Rhys, what are you looking for here? 160?
I don't guess, man. I can't guess.
Oh, that's fine there.
Nice.
162.2. Let's see what I want into after that.
162.2. What were they went heavy? 0.4.
He's 161.8 or something.
1618. Nice. So you'll take 118 off.
Happy with that, Norman, for a night's work? Probably lose the poo.
He'll sleep tonight, maybe like wake up about 160 tomorrow morning. Well, he needs to be championship 155, cut the £5 in the morning. Sometimes it's good to give the body a wee rest, and like in the morning time you're like, I don't know if I can do this, but once you get in there and get going, you're ready to get it done. Like once you get started, it's like near a time, it's like 1 hour till we weigh in, I can rehydrate, so that like motivates you to keep going.
Rhys, 161. Happy with that for the night's work?
Yeah, man. It wasn't. I'm not hard pushed here. Like it was a good cut. It wasn't hard. So I've got plenty in the tank for tomorrow. So go back to the hotel, rest up, and finish in the morning while buying.
It's 8 o'clock here on Wednesday morning in the Fighter Hotel. Rhys is doing the final part of his weight cut. He is roughly, Norman, what is it about?
5 or 4. About a pound and maybe 1.8 pound to go.
1.8 pound to go for the remainder of the cut. He's just in the bath at the moment. He's going to come out of the bath in about 15 minutes time, and the guy's going to wrap him in some towels and get the remainder of the weight off to get down to 155 pounds in order to make the championship weight limit. So looking good here. Everything's on point for Rhys ahead of the weigh-in in just over an hour's time. Is it normally worse? Yeah.
Normally a lot worse than this, man. So we tried a few new things this time, and it's definitely helped.
But everybody's weight cut is just a process, a trial and error, finding out what's good for you, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and what the fighter's most comfortable doing. So what I find comfortable is not what Rhys has found comfortable. You know what I mean?
Last night we were like 1.1 kilo heavier, so like flipping huge, even for like the mental side of it. Like you're a 1.1 kilo ahead. Like it's an easy factor. Like it's good in the mind. You know your head. You're not behind. So yeah, every fighter should definitely keep notes.
What's paradise for the spider is absolute chaos for the fly. What you and I are two different beings. So you have to understand that.
And you've been around a lot of weight cuts. You know.
Yeah.
What did you think of the whole Darren Till situation? Should there be more responsibility with, the coaches or, the promotion?
Ultimately, whether you like this or not, the responsibility lies in the fighter. In the same respect, if somebody's in a car accident, it's the driver's fault. It's the driver's, responsible for the vehicle that he's driving, albeit there may be mitigating factors that he's got no control over. He still will be held responsible. So if Rhys missed weight, they'll not say, oh, Ryan and Norman didn't do a good enough job. It's all on Rhys. We're here to help Rhys, but if Rhys was, we had a fighter there last week, Arno, and his opponent came in 3 kilos. Anybody looking outside in will see that it's just, the fighters must be it, but anybody that knows the crack, it's everybody around him that needs to make sure that he's thereabouts. But there's like, when fighters are cutting weight, that's more where the team will come in, but leading up to the fight, it's up to him to not nip away at night and eat crap, or have so many cheat meals, or do any of this. Leading up, make sure his weight's to a point where the team can actually get him down to the weight that he needs to be. And Rhys always does a very good job when it comes to that. He's always in and around the same figure, and you have to be fairly diligent with keeping records. I think, of a particular date, who you were fighting, what weight you were when you started the weight cut, what weight you were after the first bath, what weight you were after, and keep a record so you can a point of reference. So Rhys can say to me, oh, when I fought X.
It's meticulous preparation, really, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to keep
process over the 3 months before the fight.
100%. And if you've got a history of where you were, you know that I was X kilos before the weight cut and I found it tough. So this time I'm going to be coming in a wee bit under that X kilos. So you'd be less than X kilos. And then the next week, I find that really easy. So you find your little sweet, number that you like to be or you would prefer to be. But the tough weight cut also has a positive, where if you do come in at that around that number, you can still do it.
Yeah. And
you have to prepare yourself for a tougher weight cut. It's that sometimes I think when you're cutting weight, people are into unknown territories. That's when their mindset isn't
right.
If they've done it before, they know what's in front of them, they can set themselves up for it and prepare themselves, and I think that helps a lot. So I think it's good to keep a record of your previous weight cuts, especially 100%.
Yeah, I agree. But it benefits Dan, obviously the sleep suffered a wee bit, but on the positive, this morning's much more relaxed. So as you said, it's finding your way in the middle.
And you obviously, sleep is obviously crucial. You get the opportunity to make up for that today. I'll be rehydrating and catching 20-minute naps where I can, and then obviously tonight I'll be well carved up, well fed, and we'll get a good early night. And though a fight day you only got early, it's an exciting day. But we'll definitely get about 9 hours tonight, so that's kind of normal in training camp. So I'll not go over the 9 hours, but I'll definitely not go under.
Skeletor is rising.
I
know, I didn't wake up.
Too quick.
Happened to me before. Scary.
The blood rushes and everything. What are you fucking doing? Just lift you up there on me. Pick you up. Lift you straight up in your hair.
Man made time, you had time to help it.
Just a skeleton that. Oh, money in the bank.
Here, Joy.
Bang on, Rhys.
You're 154.6.
We'll just go for
Just 154.6.
So go up to 155.4.
I just actually started them on.
Go on it again.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's fine. He's good.
He's well under.
Sorry, that's good.
Right, Terry.
It's quicker actually in the bath there.
Far quicker.
You lost the last fucking. You lost the last £6 man in the bath than you did. Than you did in the fucking. The sauna's like hot,
You know what?
hot in your brain. The sauna, isn't it?
There's the sign, my ears just
I
popped.
know.
I say it every time.
Are they yours already, certainly? Just put them on at your.
Norman, you've been with Rhys with a lot of cuts. Was that one of the best ones? Easiest ones
Well,
yet?
we finished off in the bath there. It seemed like the bath worked, a lot quicker, more efficient, less stress on the brain, and definitely worked. That's what I feel like. I'll probably do that next time. I'll probably just go straight to the bath, maybe, or maybe I'll do the same, like in the sauna a wee bit, and then because it looked like you got more tired in the sauna. Come on, Niall. Can you get in? Oh, there you go. Is that all right? You're not going to go down the car, man, are you? Are you into your guys' room?
Someone in there?
Oh, sorry, it's 9 o'clock, yeah.
5 minutes.
Cheers, mate.
Got you winning this fight, man.
Yes, you should. Ready, smart. Ready to go. Are you good?
Yeah.
My man.
There's no real mix, just this here, water one on top of it.
Cool.
It was good, just to get you by.
Alright, brother. By the way, I made co-main event, so get that stuff going for you.
How you feeling?
Not too bad.
You in way in hell?
Yeah.
Oh, I like this room, get the 007 up on the wall.
But that's freaking me out.
Oh, that's the Illuminati eye there, that's keeping an eye on you, buddy. Just keeping an eye on you. This is your wee hot spot in here.
Yes, mate. Do you want to tell her anything, mate?
That's cool.
Ready when you are, bud? 154.4.
0.6, perfect.
Well done.
Just go 155.
Okay, Rhys, weight cut is done. 166, I think it was last night. Bang on, 155 pounds this morning. Thoughts now? The cut's done. It's nearly fight time. You're rehydrating. What's the process now in terms of getting the fluids and hydration back in your system?
Yeah, just taking it slow as we taper it off, and then we now slowly rehydrate and get the water in, and then later on we'll gradually add food. It was a good cut. We done 11 pound in about probably just under 12 hours, so I wouldn't want to have done much more. Yeah, it was really good. It was a good cut, probably our easiest one yet, and I'm on par for tomorrow night. It's going to be good.
Yeah, you did it a little bit differently. You stayed longer in the bath. I know normally generally you do it in the sauna, but you finished off in the bath and it seems to come off really, really easy this time. Is that something that you've worked on in the past? You've sort of mixed it up obviously a little bit with the sauna. Is that something you'll implement when you're going forward? Is it about testing and trying out what's best for you?
Yeah, well, I like to change it up every time, so I don't like doing the same thing twice, and basically in anything in life. So I like to change it up. So I think that was why we started in the sauna and then moved across to the bath, and I think I just found it easy in the mind, and we got the weight off, and as you said, it was pretty fast and pretty pain free.
Definitely. Obviously, people are going to look at what happened with Darren Till, the weight cut a number of weeks ago. What's your thought process now once it's over? Does that ever play into your mind, the dangers of actually cutting so much weight?
Yeah, the dangers are certainly there, but maybe if I was cutting 16, 17 pound last night in comparison to 10 or 11, then we're talking more dangers. Obviously it's still not the most ideal situation to lose 11 pounds overnight, but it's certainly a lot safer than the likes of Darren Till was doing it and stuff. So I think we're professional with our approach, and that saves our health.
People are going to obviously make, for such a long period of time, the comparisons between mixed martial arts and boxing, but I think the one major difference for me is especially coming into the fight. There's a lot more weight classes in boxing. Guys tend to fight closer to their walk around weight in boxing, but mixed martial arts is that extreme cut. For you as a fighter, would you like to see more weight classes implemented to it be a more safer playing field for fighters, or do you feel the fighters are always going to look for that advantage because of the culture in mixed martial arts, the wrestling culture, and try and get their body down as low as they can and rehydrate?
Yeah, it's as Ryan said yesterday, I feel if we add too many weight classes, then we have too many champions, which is a good point. I think there has to be something really done more, and checks throughout your fight camp, and checks literally as soon as you step and are about to step into that cage. I think that's the real route to go. But yes, we need more weight classes, but if everybody kind of just could fight at their walk around weight, I think it'd be a lot safer sport, and it would make for better fights. Do you think that'll ever change? I hope so. I hope it'll change. Unfortunately, in the sport of MMA, I think something drastic is going to have to happen before that change is implemented. Yeah, I agree with that as well. And I think it maybe has to happen in the UFC, because the eyes are maybe on the UFC more than anyone for that to happen. Do you think, the regional promotions, I asked it to Ryan and Norman last night, do you think the likes of BAMMA, who you're fighting for tonight, Cage Wars, do you think they maybe could do a little bit more with helping out with the weight cut? Because it seems to be very much, as Ryan said, left upon the fighter to look after their own weight and come in on weight on fight week. I can see both sides. I can't really complain. BAMMA have given me a hotel room with a bath, and there's a sauna across the road, so I really can't complain. I know some shows are a bit worse, but in relation to that, the fighters sign up for the weight, the cornermen sign up for the weight that it is, so it is up to the fighter to make that weight too. There's only so much a promotion can do, and I think fighters need to remember that too. It is them who signed the contract. BAMMA just presented it, or the show just presented it. Is there positives you can take from weight cut? I know it's a strange question, but obviously the mental strength. I know you're a guy who's, you lost your father a couple of years ago, and you're in a fight camp. You still took the fight. You still went on. You still made weight. Is there maybe mental positives from a weight cut? Is there positives in general? Yeah, there definitely is. It's 8 weeks of your life dedicated to one night for 15 minutes at the most. So you have to have the ability to not be going out eating pizza every other night, not going out drinking, and I'm 22, so that's what a lot of my friends are doing, but I have the ability to say no and see the bigger picture. So for me, it's more a reinforcement of the mindset rather than trying to find this mindset. It's never been a problem. I know what I have to do, and I know why I do it, so it's good for the mind. Have you noticed much changes in your body? Obviously you said you're only 22 years of age. Is that going to get harder to make maybe 155, because you're probably still growing? In my opinion, you've grown quite a lot in the last couple of years following your career. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a bit bigger. I remember the night before the weigh-ins, I could have cut maybe 6 pounds, where now it's creeping and creeping. So I'm definitely getting bigger, and I feel like maybe my next one or the next two could be at 170. So we'll have a run there too. So I'm definitely I definitely can't see my whole career being at 155, but I'd like to be a fighter that dabbles the feet in both. Have you felt your body change? Yeah, definitely. I work with good strength and conditioning guys, and they're noticing too, and they said they would like to see me at 77, so I would follow their guidelines again, and we would move up and do it right. So, just one more from me. The process of the weight cut, as you've said, adjusting to the science, maybe the tinkering around, as you said, that you do with the weight cutting, is that because maybe your body's changing a little bit? Do you feel that way? Possibly, possibly. As I was talking to you earlier with the other cornermen, 1% changes can be massive on a weight cut. For instance, we brought in Sweet Sweat this time. We never really used it before, and it made a dramatic difference. Where if I didn't bring that in, we're still cutting weight. So the ability to bring stuff in and use it and trust it too, it's hard to do, but we get there every time. As you mentioned,
possibly want to go up to 170. Is that maybe the reason why you want to be maybe a little bit more responsible about, you know, what you're doing to your body in terms of weight cutting?
Yeah, like I always feel I've had my head screwed on and stuff like my health, and I'll always put my health first. You know, and the day where I feel 155 is taking years off my life, you know, and down the line, then that's not good enough for me. I'll need to go up. So I think fighters really need to weigh up the scales, you know, and see, can I fight at that weight and can I be healthy at that weight, and that's really where it lies.
Is it up to the fighter, the coaching staff, or the promotion? You know, we mentioned this earlier. Ryan said, you know, it's ultimately the fighter's call if they're doing a weight cut. Is that how it works? Is that the process? I
think first the fighter, second the coach, and third the promoter. You know, the promoter's told to match with that weight, so, you know, yes, they maybe have a responsibility down the line, or the commission will, where they have to check the weight, but the promoter can only match what he's told to match. I think it's between the fighter mainly and the coach, maybe 75% of the fighter, 25% the coach.
What weight will you get into the cage at, you know, tomorrow night? Obviously you're going to load up on some food and some carbs and things like that, rehydrate. What is the weight going to be on fight night?
Well, the last fight I was in at 174, 175, so I'd say we're aiming for about 174 is good for me. You know, I've done most of my training at maybe a 176, so in around that ballpark, you know, I could get up to like probably flipping 178, but I wouldn't want to. You know, it's the smart thing is to bring your body back to where you done your fight camp, so you'll not see me roll in there like a balloon tomorrow.
Rhys, Ryan, Norman, thanks very much for allowing me to sit on this. It's been a real eye opener. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much, man.